Hi everyone, my name is Carol Radul. Welcome to the Game Plan. Yeah, lots of football action happening over the weekend, including a match that has just kicked off between Manchester United and Brentford. And I want to know from Roy and Kiani, or rather more so from Roy. Roy, your match has just kicked off. What are your predictions for Man United versus Brentford?
Sorry, Carol, I'm not getting you. The signal is not very good.
Roy, I'm in the studio today. There's nothing that the signal, you can't hear me nicely.
I've told you, if you can do it, when it comes to elections, you can say anything. It makes sense.
No, it's a 2-2. Manu 2, Brentford 2.
But on social media, I'm not talking to anyone who's not in the top 4. So
2-1.
Good to see you today.
Yeah, pleasure.
Manchester United fans are already defecting. Nedia Tieno, the Ulinzi Starlets captain, she has defected from Manchester United to Chelsea. How do you do that?
Yeah,
you can't do that,
I've told Carol many times before, IBC said defection is until I think it was April 10th.
No, there's no such thing, Carol. You die with your team.
Well, clearly she's not dying with hers. But guys, I want us to talk about something more important. This weekend here in Nairobi, we will be hosting the Kip Keino Classic. Yes, Athletics Championships. So joining us today is Martin Keino. Martin has been heavily involved in the Kip Keino Classic since it kicked off. And Martin, I understand you will be behind the mics this time around. First of all, how are you doing?
I'm great, Carol. I'm great, thanks. Still in Botswana, but yeah, really excited about this weekend's Kip Keino Classic. It's grown to be a major event, so looking forward to some fantastic competitions.
Yeah, there are a lot of people you need to introduce us to at that championship, of course. We'll talk about that later.
Anyway, Martin, first of all, it's good to hear you in Botswana.
Yeah.
I actually grew up in Botswana, so it's like my second country.
Kenyan.
Just throwing it out there. But let's get back to the business of athletics. What are we looking forward to this time around? Last year, we had a fantastic tournament. I think it was in July, August, around August last year. What are we looking forward to this year?
Well, this year, we're looking forward to some great sprint matchups. The 100 meters last year was absolutely phenomenal. World lead, African record by Omanyala against the Americans. So this year, again, it looks to be a top-class billing with Omanyala meeting the Olympic champion Mark Jacobs from Italy, as well as some other Americans, Fred Curley. But the women's 100 meters also is top-notch. You know, Christine Boma is meeting up with Shelly Ann Price of Jamaica. So it's going to be a great race in the sprints this year.
I think from the names, you can just tell the way that this event has basically matured. I think this is the 3rd event, right? And you're already getting the Olympic champions and all these guys who are up there in the world of athletics. So the only way is up.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, this Kip Keino Classic event in Nairobi has become one of the top sprint races events in the world, really. So a lot of the top runners want to come to Kenya to compete. So it shows the quality has risen, and we hope that the event can rise up to Diamond League status in the future.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'd just like to ask, any reason particularly you've blown it up when it comes to sprinters? I'm not complaining, by the way. Just asking, is there any particular reason that we really are working on the sprints? Are we going to also do the same in the long distance races?
Long distance at home.
I was trying to be polite.
Well, we've always been great at the middle to long distance events, but there's always that gap in the sprint events. But
exactly.
Given that Nairobi is at high altitude, it makes it easier for sprinters to run fast. That's why they're coming to Kenya to race. So and the fast performances produced last year just indicates that yes, the sprinting in Nairobi can be the center for top sprint action. But yes, of course, we'd like to see top, middle, and long distance races also. So I think that will be the next feature of the way we'll be able to attract top class runners here.
Yeah, because anything that's happening when it comes to middle to long distance, anything that's happening in Kenya, even when it is a local championship, it is world champions we're watching. Yes. I've noticed this year we will be able to have the fans full in the stadium. What difference is that going to make?
It's going to make a huge difference. The previous 2 editions, there were hardly any people in the stadium because of the COVID regulations. Right. But everybody's excited to come, and the crowd, a massive crowd cheering the athletes is going to make a huge difference.
Yeah.
But both financially and in terms of spurring our own athletes on.
Yes, indeed. I mean, of course, athletes like to perform in front of, big, loud crowds, so that's going to push them even further, particularly the local athletes, they like to have that support. And yes, of course, financially, that makes, it's very interesting for them too, because, having that kind of backup for them too is financially be wonderful.
Are we looking to see any world records broken?
I was going to go there. I had to go there.
We have our very own Omanyala. Every time he races, it's like he's racing against his own time because he gets better and better. But in any of the other races, even the long distances, do you think we can see any world records?
Probably not, because it's early in the season. The season's just starting now, so it's unlikely that any of these athletes are going to be in sort of world record shape at the moment, particularly the long distance runners. The records are so far ahead, and given that there's an altitude factor, which kind of slows down the middle and long distance runners, we are not unlikely to see a world record. However, in the sprints, yes, there could be some fast times, but, maybe like under 20 type world records, but not the world records in the sprints are also way far ahead for athletes at the moment.
Yes. And how does this tournament, how does this championship shape these athletes up for the World Championships? Does it have any impact in any way?
Well, it definitely prepares them for the World Championships down in July. It's like I said, it's still early in the season, so a lot of the athletes, are basically trying to find their form and sharpen up. They wouldn't want to be too sharp this early in the season, because there's a lot of time to race until July, and you definitely want to have the best performances in the championships. So, but yeah, it gives us an indication of where the athletes are in terms of form and preparation. So 2 months is sufficient time to get going now. But like I said, you don't want to be too sharp this early.
More importantly, it's very good to hear that the funds are back. Are there any cover charges for the funds, or is admission free?
Kenny.
Kenny doesn't want to pay.
Yeah, I'm asking on behalf of all Kenyans.
I'm not pointing at anyone. No pointing.
Yes, tickets are 200 shillings for fans to come into the stadium. So it's a minimal fee, but well worth the cost.
That's very, very affordable.
Yes.
What do the fans need to know before they get to Kasarani in terms of security arrangements, in terms of health restrictions? Because even though we've eased on COVID regulations, we still need to be a bit cautious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. The fans just need to be a bit more cautious as they're coming in. Of course, there'll be a large number of fans trickling into the stadium. So, but all preparations are set, all security arrangements have been set, and we are sure the fans that everything's going to be well for them to attend this wonderful meeting.
And you will be behind the mic. What can we expect from you?
Well, I'm excited once again to be one of the commentators for this event. Really, it's given me a platform to share my experiences, to call out some of the races, and actually, World Athletics have brought me on board as one of the commentators for the World Championships in July. So it's a great honor. I'm looking forward to doing this job well again.
Okay.
I'm just looking forward to the whole event, because one thing this Kip Keino Classic does, it gives employment to so many people. It gives from the commentators to the journalists to the security to the groundsmen.
The event organizers.
The event organizers. This is actually a little mini industry on like, how many, 2-3 days? A couple of days?
Yes, it's a major industry for the sports fraternity. There's a lot of opportunities for different people to get engaged, to earn a living through this major events.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's so many different categories of people to get involved, particularly in the sports sector. So we love events like this because it keeps us engaged and gives employment opportunities to very many different people.
And it is a brilliant test run for us when it comes to bigger world events, isn't it? especially for people like you get a chance to be a professional for once.
Really, Roy?
Absolutely. You know, we've been fortunate to host the World Under 18, World Under 20 Championships, the Kip Keino Continental Tour Gold events for now 3 years. So we are hoping to bid for the Diamond League as well as the World Championships in the future.
Hey, best of luck.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think we are beginning to have a little bit of a signal problem, but I think it's been a fantastic discussion, Martin, and I wish you all the best, your flight back to Nairobi, and I wish all the organizers all the best. Kip Keino Classic from the 7th, that is this Saturday, from the 7th of May at the Kasarani Sports Center.
Yeah.
Guys, go and watch the best in the world. Most of them Kenyans, we're not boasting, we're just saying. And yeah, let's have a great event this time around, the Kip Keino Classic from the 7th of May. Guys, we're going to take a short break. When we come back,